Dear friends, welcome back to the channel. Today we'll be diving into one of Vulnhub machines, which is Blogger 1. The link will be put into the video below so that you can download and play on your own. Before we get started, however, please make sure to subscribe to my channel and leave a like below. This will help the channel grow. Now, let's jump in and start our hacking way through this wonderful Vulnhub machine. I'd like to take this video to showcase the complete methodology of WordPress enumeration and exploitation. So now we can, of course, I've already imported the machine into the VirtualBox, and maybe there will be some issues with setting up this lab. If you have problems with this lab, please let me know in the comment box below. So now we can head over to Linux VM. First of all, we need to discover the IP address of the target. The utility I'd like to use, as always, would be netdiscover. And let me make the font be bigger so you can see what's going on exactly. Let's hit enter. So by the response, we can get to know in this network or host earning network, the three online machines. The first one belongs to the host machine, in my case, Windows host. And this is virtual IP address assigned by internal DHCP server. And the second one belongs to internal DHCP server of VirtualBox itself. And the last one is the target machine. So then what shall we do next? We need to conduct port and self scanning with a map. To save time of this video, I've already done that before. So now we can get out its result. As you can see over here, I took the options like scene scan, the version scan, the default script scan. You know, when we target different service and its corresponding default script would be different. And although we can manually configure the script to scan if necessary, okay? And then followed by the -p- to do the full range port scan. And the last option for all is on to output the result into this file. So then we can retrieve the result when necessary, whenever, okay? So from the map scanning results, we can tell that the target has two open ports. The first one is 22, which is running SSH service or secure shell service, and also its version information open SSH, and also its version number 7.2. Although this version is a bit outdated, I don't think we can find any workable vulnerability except some kinds of username enumeration vulnerability or remote denial of service vulnerability. All of them are not appropriate in this context. The second one is 80, which is running HTTP service, and also the version information Apache 2. So what shall we do next? We need to start our enumeration against this web application, both manually and automatically. let's fire up the browser of Firefox to do the manual enumeration first, and we can put the IP address of the target into the address bar of the browser. Press enter. So blogger, and at the top you can see some anchors, but they will not lead to other pages like about, services, projects, contact. Also, at the right you can notice this login button. We can click, and we are required to sign in. But at this point, we didn't know any username, not to mention email address. So we can put it aside for a while. And also we need to check is source code. Sometimes source code can leak something sensitive, especially in the comment part. We can scroll down to the bottom, but nothing exciting we can find in this source code. Next, we need to check to see whether robot file is available on this site. Not found. And also, some case even we need to check its source code. So make sure we didn't miss anything important. Next, how to next? I think so far I've already completed manual enumeration. It's time to use some kinds of tools or utilities to conduct or perform automatic enumeration. And I'd like to use Ligato to begin with. Okay, and we can use the hyphen or dash h to specify the target URL. And Ligato can give us information such as the version information, the request header information, the allowed HTTP methods. Sometimes if the target, because of a misconfiguration or wrong development, the application allows dangerous methods such as put, and then we can utilize such dangerous methods for our purpose, such as uploading web shell by using this method. But images, found images, let me access this discovered directory. A lot of pictures, and I think we need to find those images which stand out, okay? Or some, for example, very big size or something with some suspicious name, but we cannot find such image. So next, we can use gobuster to do the directory enumeration, and gobuster can support different subcommands, and dir, this stands for directory, is one of supported subcommands, and we can use the -u to specify the URL of the target, wordlist, gobuster, directory. Okay, so now we can hit enter. So almost immediately, gobuster find some additional directories like assets, CSS. So now, in the meantime, we can manually access those directories and files like GS. I don't think they're useful from the perspective of penetration. So also we can check CSS. CSS file contains cascade style sheet file. But in most cases, we cannot find anything important from such static files. And also assets. In most cases, assets directory contains, subdirectory like CSS, fonts, images, and JavaScript. Because, just now we have already found the CSS and JavaScript and images under the root directory. So I think this is a bit suspicious. We need to look into each of them, like CSS, but nothing here. So how about the fonts? Even here we can discover block directory. So amazing. Actually, I think this directory is running WordPress, right? However, it looks like this page is not rendered completely. Let's check its source code. I think the only reason is caused by the host name. We didn't append this host name to the host file. So because of lack of such resolution, the page cannot be rendered properly. So maybe we cannot find anything else by gobuster. So I'd like to interrupt. Here we can, we can use the echo and IP address of the target and blogger THM and use pipe operator sudo t with option of -a, and I want to append this entry or mapping between IP address and the host name or domain name to this host file. Okay, so now if we go back to this web page and refresh it, and you can get the page complete page. Okay, I think this would be a wonderful step. So how to the next? I think now, since then we have already known this application, this directory is running WordPress. Next, we need to make dedicated enumeration against WordPress application. And the utility I'd like to use would be wscan and use the URL option and followed by what I'm doing. Scan URL, we can copy the URL from the browser and paste over here. Then we need to specify additional options. The E, which stands for enumeration, UP, because I want to enumerate both username and plugins. But although here this plugin, this option just get some, not the comprehensive enumeration. Okay, so now we can press enter. Now it's starting the WordPress enumeration. I'd like to take this opportunity to summarize the methodology for enumerating WordPress and exploiting WordPress. I think the first step, we need to find out the directory running WordPress, right? WordPress application. Next, step 2, we can use WP scan 2 to enumerate usernames and plugins. Okay, and step 3, we can use WP scan 2 to brute force password for administrator. Okay, sometimes we need to make brute force against normal user. It depends, or normal user. Okay. However, if the third step fail, and then we can try to use WP scan with option plugin detection to perform comprehensive scanning. It means that we'll take both aggressive and passive way to enumerate or scan plugins. Step 5, if find vulnerable plugin, and then can exploit the plugin. Okay, so if fail to retrieve password, okay, maybe, yeah. However, in some case, if retrieve password successfully, then log in to administrator's panel, try to upload web shell to the target. Okay. So step 3, and maybe step 4. So exploitation. Okay. Step 4.1. Okay. So also there will be different ways to upload web shell. For example, the first way is to replace 404 PHP template with our web shell. And second, we can use Metasploit. Metasploit has one module which can allow us to upload web shell. And sometimes we can upload plugin, and the plugin zip or not, we can put our or compress our web shell to zip file and upload it as plugin to the WordPress. Okay, and sometimes we need to I think we can use other types of ways. So I think there will be these 3 are the major means to upload shell. Okay, so I think I have already summarized the complete methodology to enumerate WordPress and also exploit WordPress. Let's bring up the terminal. I think it's done and has already identified one user. So as complying with mentioned methodology, we can try to brute force. But before we try to brute force password, I'd like to create password dictionary. Okay, because here on this page there are a lot of information, and we can use Q, we can use, and also the option of D to specify the depth. So how deep this Q will crawl from the site. Okay, and we can copy the URL, and then we can use option of -W to save the result into the file like a dictionary. Okay, it's done. We can use WC to check how many words in this dictionary. 95. So next, I'd like to launch WordPress again, and we can, sorry, I need to copy this username because I do not want to make a mistake, and then the uppercase P to specify the dictionary. This will not take a long time as this dictionary is very small. If this dictionary cannot work, and then with no valid passwords found, so I think we can switch to default wordlist, rockyou wordlist. In the real engagement, maybe you need to try password dictionary as many as possible. Even we need to use a GPU to fast such cracking. Okay, but I'd like to tell you, the gobuster, not gobuster, we cannot find password from this word list. I mean, rockyou word list as well within a reasonable period of time. So I'd like to interrupt this process. So how to the next? Just we are following the methodology. I think I have already done this step. So if we fail to retrieve password, we can use plugin detection option to conduct comprehensive scan with plugins, and you can use the help option to get its exact option name. We can copy, and then the value should be mixed because I want to perform both passive and aggressive method to enumerate plugins. So now we can, I think, although this utility has a lot of other options, but I have already demonstrated the most or frequently used options. Okay, so now we can scroll down. Now it's enumerating all plugins via passive and aggressive methods. I'm going to pause the video. When it's done, I will come back. See you later. Alright, it's almost done. So checking no locations, it's done. And this time, this plugin has been successfully discovered. And also we can get its location, although its confidence level is 80%, but I think it deserves our choice, right? So how to do? We can use utilities such as Sprite, or maybe you can use Google to make some research. So followed by we can copy the plugin name as keyword. And also by the version, we can know that indeed this version is vulnerable. And there are different ways, several ways available, like shell script, Python script, and also the Ruby. So I think in this video I'd like to show you how to use the letter to message to exploit this vulnerability. So how to do such exploit with M option. I like to get its copy to the current working directory. Okay, so now let's open up with Vim editor. We need to see what's going on exactly here. So blah blah exploit the title, and this is written in Python 3, and need to, this is the third-party module. So I think in order to use this exploit, we need to install requests module first. Of course, I've already done that before because this is so common and popular third-party modules. And we'll initialize the class option parser, and at the option there are two options. The first one is URL, and this URL is running WordPress, and the second option is P, or the path to exploitation. Maybe this should be the path for specific post, right? Specific post. For example, if we go back to the browser, you click any of them, and then this should be the path for specific post. Okay, and let's scroll down. So check whether the user has already specified arguments properly, and then we'll use the session. And this is the main URL, the path. So the blog would concatenate the main URL and the path, and then king host. Sorry. So we'll replace HTTP by empty string, and then WordPress also will be empty string. Okay, so now the banner will generate to CSRF request, and also use the regular module to match. To match this one. So I think now I have already know what this script is doing, or how this script is doing. Now we can use Python 3, and if you didn't specify any argument, you will get the usage. So we can use the U option to specify the URL. We can copy from browser, and we can use the P option to specify the path of specific post. I think we can use single quotes to wrap them. Okay, now we can. Oh, web shell has been uploaded. Also from the source, we know that this shell is the parameter for this shell is CMD. So now we can copy. Also, maybe you can run command, but the command cannot be executed successfully as we expected, but it's okay. I think we have already uploaded this web shell to the target. We can copy, and we can pass the parameter like cmd id. You can see the command id has been executed. Great. So now we can, what are we going to do next? We need to get the shell on the target. So to do that, we can check whether netcat is available. Yes, it's there. So now we can set up the listener on the canonics, waiting for collection from the target, and we can try to use the netcat with option of bin bash and IP address of the canonics and port number and press enter. But it looks like this cannot work. Okay, so how to do? Maybe we need to try something different. I mean, different command. You can go to pen test monkey, and also maybe we can use Python. Python in many cases are very stable. So now, sorry about this, we can check whether Python is available and also check its version. Python 2 is not there. So how about Python 3? Python 3 is there. So I'd like to copy this Python reverse shell command, and we can paste over here because I need to do some modification. This time we need to use Python 3, and the IP address of the canonics, we can use this one. And as always, I'd like to change the port number, listening port number to 555. So now we can copy this command and replace this command, press enter. It seems it's working fine. Great. As you can see, indeed, we have already got a shell on the target. Fantastic. So now this is still not very good. So we can import the pty module spawn method. Next, we need to do some local enumeration. Maybe also I can define the environment variable term extern color. So then I can clear the green when necessary to get a bigger space on the window. So now we can list. So 3 users, James. Unfortunately, we do not have permission to grab the user flag. So let's go back to Ubuntu SSH. Permission denied. CD Vagrant. Oh, Vagrant. You know, some virtual machine will use this as username, okay, for some virtual machines, right? So now we can take a look at this home directory, SSH, permission denied. So now we can, so how to do next? We can go to opt directory. Oh, there is one file, creds. We can get out this one. But unfortunately, this content involves some kinds of gibberish data. We don't know what it is. Anyway, now we can go to the var, go to the backups directory, nothing here, www directory, and go to HTML directory, nothing here, go to WordPress, and go to assets. As we know, our WordPress is running in the directory fonts and the block, right? So I think now we can have a look at WordPress configuration file. This file usually contains credentials for database collection. Okay, let's scroll up. So the username is root and password. So think before we try to connect to the database, we can try to switch user to root with this password, because sometimes passwords are reused, but authentication failure. So now we can connect to the database with command line and show databases. And I think the first 3 are default database for MySQL. So we can use WordPress database and show tables. And I think we need to have a look at this table because this table contains credentials. But just username and password, and the password is encrypted. So I think a bit, disappointed, right? So anyway, to remember there is one user vagrant. Maybe, sometimes we can try to use weak password. Sometimes password is the same as its user name. So we can vagrant, and we can use vagrant as well. It does work. So now we can make furthermore. Oh, sorry. I think you need to, you need to ignore the history information. So next we can try to run sudo. Oh, wonderful. This user can run all commands without any password. So now we can run bash. As you can see now, we have already got access to root, and we can grab the root flag. And although this flag is encoded, no problem. Base64, we can decode it. So before I end this video, I'd like to use Metasploit to exploit WordPress. Okay, so how to do? Let me make the font a bit bigger so we can launch Metasploit console with Q option or quiet mode. So this mode will not display some banners when it's loading. Alright, it's loading. Then we can use command search. We want to search the module because I cannot remember its exact or full name for this module. However, I know the plugin name is Discuz. So only one available module we can use. You can use the index, or you can copy the entire path of this module. Okay, then we can show options, and we need to set localhost, for example, my Kali Linux, and set port number. I can use different port number, and let me show options again. We need to set the port number, target URL. So link the post. Okay, I think we need to set remote host. Set target URI. Maybe we can copy from here. Oh. Okay. Maybe we do not need to include the host name. Okay, so I think that's it. However, also we need to set this blocker path. We can set blocker path and we can get from here. Okay, so now we can run command. So Metasploit session 1 opened. Fantastic. Even I think it's more powerful than the normal shell. We can, because Metasploit payload has a lot of very useful and very convenient features. Okay, so for example, we can get your ID, and you can print working directory. You can upload the file. You can download the file. A lot of commands are available. So I think that's pretty much it. I'd like to see you in the next one. Bye. Have a nice day, please.